I feel like Epic put themselves in a bad situation releasing this update, to be honest, because it's like you're putting out an update, the start of a new chapter, before you guys have to go on break, which means that as soon as y'all release the patch, y'all are basically heading right out the door. Everybody's ready to go to the holiday break or whatever, however long they get. I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that one, because specifically for Save the World is when an update comes out and it's not necessarily fully functional, I guess we'll say that, then the players are gonna come to you like, yo, y'all told us to be excited, what the hell is this? I feel like the problem was really just performance issues and whatnot. Like, I think that's really what got the players on their ass about it, because it's like, damn, the game in my opinion hasn't been optimized since the new weapons came out, to be honest, and that was before the new chapter change, but it was not as bad as it is now, and I'm like 1000% sure y'all can see it through this footage. Like, it's not me, it's not me. I'm constantly losing FPS, but it's not because my PC is dirty or anything like that. If I run Battle Royale, which is in my opinion way more intense to run compared to Save the World, but in Battle Royale I'm able to run 240 on the same graphic settings and be perfectly fine, and I won't have any problems with performance really at all. In fact, the problem only comes when I go to Save the World and boom, my game is just automatically unoptimized. And it's crazy because you can't even really fault the devs, because like I just said, or like I said at the beginning of the video, they were on break. They just basically released the update and then left, and they was just like, fuck y'all, and we just gonna go on break. Which honestly, I would have did the exact same thing. If I was a developer, I would have did the exact same thing. You working on this game 25/8, and then the time that you actually able to get a break, you gonna choose it. You gonna sit there and you gonna take that break. Man, you work for Epic Games, you don't get no breaks. And then when you do get a break, exactly what's happening right now is what's gonna happen. People gonna be all over y'all ass because the update that you released before y'all go on break is let's just not even, like, we ain't even gonna count. It's fucked up. It is fucked up. And then to top it all off, like, it'd be different if the update was something. Okay. Before I continue, bro, this rant is unjust. Like all my other Save the World rants, they are unjust because I'm not a game developer. I can't understand what they go through. So everything that I'm saying to you is wrong. But from the player standpoint, I'm finna go in, because let me tell you right now, bro. So let's say you go on break and you leave and you give us an update or whatever. It'd be different if the update was fucked up, but it was something that the players wanted. But a new zone and a new hero that is actually really, really bad. Hi, editing Hulu here. And to top it all off, I feel like I do this every time I talk about bugs or some messed up stuff in the game. The new zones are bugged because there is a possibility that the objectives that you run, like let's say you're running an Atlas mission in a new zone, it's possible that the Atlas mission could spawn inside of the map, like in the ground or inside of a wall or something, and you won't be able to access it. So if you can't start the mission, you basically just wasted time, especially if it's like a Cat 4 or deliver the bomb. If the objective is stuck inside the map, you probably just wasted time trying to build around it and then run it or whatever. When you find out that you can't even run it, you just wasted mats and materials. You don't even get that back. The new zone doesn't really even have metal. It doesn't have anything to give you back the materials, because let's just be honest, you're using tire traps and tar traps and ice traps and wall darts and maybe broadsides, which almost half of those materials you get from metal stuff. You don't even get that in this zone, so you don't get compensated for that either. So you just have to leave the mission, and then you're just down bad on materials. You gotta go get them bitches again in another zone, which you don't also get in the 160s. You don't get metal like that in the 160s. Huh, interesting. They don't want to change that, but you know, they'll definitely add a new zone. Yes. Whew. Okay, number 2, the new hero is also bugged because it doesn't work with one of the other heroes that buffs animals as well. And I think it's the hero that came out before this one, or not Brain Freeze, not him. It was some other girl. I forgot what her name is. I completely forgot who she is because I don't use animals because I'm an in-game player. They're not good. But we're gonna get to that in the rest of the video. But basically what I'm saying is the new update, or the things that are in this patch, and it's not even a patch, they're bugged. So the new stuff that we're supposed to be enjoying, we can't even enjoy them all the way. We can't. I don't even, like, when I see the new zone, I don't even run it if it's an Atlas or a delivered bomb. I don't even run it. I don't, honestly, bro, even if it has V-Bus or Survivor, I don't even run deliver the bomb anymore. I can't stand that mission. And it's also repair the shelters. God, I hate that mission. It's so bad. Oh, if you get that, if you get repair the shelter in the new zone, you're probably fucked as well, because the sea boss might spawn underneath the ground. You can't even grab them. But to be fair, it is a double edge, because the sea boss, they spawn more than 8 on the map. So you'd be able to just run around and find another one. Like, there's more than 8. You can find more than whatever you found before. Does that make any sense? Like, let's say you find 8, but you don't collect them. You can find more than 8. Like, I'm pretty sure you got it. You got it. Come on now. You're smart. You figured this out. I don't think anybody wanted that. Like, I'll just be honest. Like people are more excited about the UI change. People are way more excited about that than us getting this. And then, to be fair, the developers didn't say anything about what it was gonna be. And my man's A1 was like, bro, I ain't even gonna get my hopes up, cause I already know this shit finna be ass. And it literally came out, and I watched Beast cover it, cause it's Beast and SaveTheWorld. They kind of, like, he's kind of, and it was ass. Like I thought it was gonna be. It was ass. I didn't even have my hopes up either. I'm not even really excited about the UI update either, because it's just like, there's so much other stuff you could realistically do with your time that the players will actually enjoy. And I feel like, bro, the idea that I've had in my head for the longest time, ever since they added in the new movement changes, is to give us infinite tactical sprint. There is no reason for us to not have that in SaveTheWorld. Why do our heroes have abilities where they can jump twice, they can phase shift, they're able to pull miniguns out of their goddamn ass, but they can't tactical sprint infinitely? Like, Babes is able to throw a kunai in the air and basically float for a few seconds, but we can't infinite tactical sprint. My man is able to get like 35% movement speed. He going crazy, but there's no infinite tactical sprint. Bro, we got hoverboards and everything in this goddamn game mode, but there's no infinite tactical sprint. Like, what? You had all this movement, and then you had all this movement just for us to not even really just for it to not honestly make sense, considering what SaveTheWorld is. Like, we're playing with heroes. I think they're in shape enough to be able to infinite tactical sprint. There's no reason for you to technically balance it either. It's just running. You're just running. Like, you're not. It's not ability damage. It's not hero stuff. Like, it's not any of that. It's just tactical sprinting. And I feel like it would make navigating the map a whole lot easier, because let's just be honest, hoverboards are kind of ass because you have to continuously jump to get over obstacles. It doesn't jump for you, or when you do jump, it's honestly not even tall enough for you to jump certain obstacles. You gotta move a certain way, and now since it's faster, you end up running into stuff more than you actually using it to maneuver around the map. you would be more likely to use the Baron than that. Which is exactly why I said infinite tactical sprint should have just been a no-brainer. I feel like players would have been crazy about that update rather than getting a new hero about animals when we don't even like animals. But to be fair, I think it's interesting enough that they actually have animals in the game. Although I don't like them, I don't think that it's a bad update for the game either. In fact, honestly, them playing around with stuff it makes sense. And to a certain extent, I don't really have a problem with animals or you making commander perks around animals. But at the same time, I can easily just say, which is true, that animals are ass. Like, you can't bring them into in-game. I'm not even sure if you can really use them in an early game either, because they scale with the zones. So if you're in a power level 5 zone you tame an animal, he's still gonna get his cheeks clapped because you're power level 5 and the animal is around the same power level, so it's gonna get clapped up if it gets surrounded. But to be fair, the early game is really easy, so animals really only benefit like early game, and that's about it. Hi, editing Hulu here again, and it's just a side tangent, right? But how do animals survive in game? Like, how do they survive in Twine Peaks, where the strongest of the strongest monsters, you know what I'm saying, where the monsters live, where the mythic Storm King lives, right? I feel like the zombies would be over there, like literally destroying animals. How did a chicken survive the world being clapped up by the storm? How? I feel like if you're gonna release an update, bro, it'd be better for you to have people that play the game as a developer. It's something I keep saying in almost all my criticism videos, because it's almost like the developers don't play the game, which they don't. And like I said in the beginning of the video, they might not even have time to do so. You work for Epic Games. You getting a break is rare, probably. Like, rare in of itself. You're probably not even considered a human in this office, and the players are on y'all testicles about infinite tactical sprint and animals being ass and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a developer, you like, I'm not trying to hear all that, nigga. I've been putting my arm and leg into these updates, and y'all mean to tell me that y'all just start shitting on it, and I'm like, y'all don't even work here. Y'all don't even know what's happening. I gotta look at both sides, because honestly, we both can be criticized. We both could really be criticized. On one hand, I feel like the developers could use that same time that they're putting in updates that nobody likes on updates that they know for sure people are gonna like. But at the same time, I feel like the players could be a lot more simple and a lot more calm about when problems do arise in the game, and be more sympathetic towards them, because you're not a game developer. You can't understand what goes in and out of these meetings or in and out of creating something. You couldn't possibly understand that. That's why you're a player and not a developer. You can criticize, because yeah, you play the game, so you know what's going on and what isn't going on. But the developers aren't like that. They might not even have the time to do that. If they want good ideas, they'd be better off just listening to the community. And by the community, I mean me.